Hello everyone! For this mini lesson, we're going to take a look at thesis statements. Here, we'll discuss the definition and characteristics of a thesis statement. We'll talk about how to construct a strong thesis statement and how to tell a strong thesis statement from a weak thesis statement. First, it's important to understand what exactly is a thesis statement. Well, the thesis statement happens to be the most important sentence in your paper. It is the single sentence that formulates, states, and sums up the topic of your essay and your approach to the topic. It lets readers know your purpose, and it also tells them what you're trying to prove through the research points in your paper. Essentially, you're saying to the reader, hey, here's what I'm going to talk about. Here's how I'm going to get you there, and here's why I'm going to do this paper. However, it's more subtle than that. We don't come out and say, here's what I'm going to do. There are 4 characteristics of a strong thesis statement. The first is that a strong thesis statement takes some sort of stand. So a thesis must show your conclusions about a topic. It's going to signal to the reader where you lie on a topic. So there's not going to be any question as to what your stance is based on your thesis statement. A strong thesis statement justifies discussion. So this indicates why you're writing the paper. This is why we're having the discussion in the paper about the topic that you've selected based off of your thesis statement. It lets the reader know, hey, here's why we're going to engage in this. A strong thesis statement expresses one main idea. So they need to be able to see that your paper has one main point. If your thesis statement expresses more than one idea, you might confuse your readers about the subject of your paper. A strong thesis statement is also specific. It should show your readers exactly what your paper will be about, and it will help keep your paper to a manageable topic. So each of your paragraphs will have topic sentences. If you think about our mini lesson on paragraph structure, paragraphs are structured around a topic sentence, supporting details, and a concluding sentence. Your topic sentences should be able to reflect directly back onto your thesis statement. Your thesis statement should be provable. So a thesis can't be a pre-established fact or what's called a statement of fact. For example, you can't make a thesis statement out of George Washington was the first president. This is an undisputable fact that most people know. However, it can't serve as a thesis statement. A thesis statement has to be your take or your approach on the information, as we talked about just a second ago. So here you would want to say George Washington was the first president, and as president, he showed strong leadership skills by doing X, Y, Z. This gives your approach, this gives your take, but it doesn't just state a fact, and it also doesn't say, I believe. Your thesis statement should always take your essay's purpose and audience into consideration. So you want to make sure that you're including action verbs, strong adjectives, and specific illustrative vocabulary. Try to avoid is, are, have, or really vague statements like many ways, today's society, things of that nature. And finally, here is the magic formula for constructing a strong thesis statement. Many people find writing to be a mysterious, hard to follow process, but there are formulas if you're more into thinking of things in a formulaic approach. So you can think about a specific topic plus an active verb plus the point that you're proving equals a strong thesis statement. So here's an example. Even though it was written more than 2,000 years ago, Homer's epic, The Odyssey, presents a hero that today's audiences can respect. Strong thesis statement. You have The Odyssey as your topic, presents as your strong action verb, and your approach states that it's a hero that today's audience can respect. So there you have a magic formula for constructing a thesis and some information about how to construct a strong thesis. Happy writing!